a home race like you mentioned. So, what's it like, running this one race a season, and anything you learned from the race a couple months ago for tonight's race?
Man, first of all, I'm grateful to be able to race in this. Big shout out to Cam and Alonso, the masters, admins behind the ITPN Truck Series. But um, I learned a lot, and that is these guys. They're clean racers. They also are very aggressive, and I think it's definitely not the style of racing that I'm used to because racing I'm used to shorter runs, or these guys do a lot of longer runs. Green flag pit stops. I think we see those tonight, which very high chance of it because again these guys are just such awesome drivers. That's probably going to be my struggle. Right there is the green flag pit stops, but as far as learning things, I mean, track changes all the time. I'm really surprised that this is looking like a high lane track for these trucks right now. So I don't know. We're just gonna go out there and try our best and see here if Andrew Elias wrecks me under practice, which he doesn't.
So I gotta double check and see here, because from the sound of things, I didn't fully have everything set up properly, so no audio has been playing for a little bit there. So that's what happens when you're set up on a ironing board in Indianapolis outside of your home. You kind of let some of the things slip through the cracks here. So all right. Well, as you can see, obviously Josh is racing. I am broadcasting. Just to give you the quick hits here. If Josh can finish 10th or better, he'll have a choice of another race down the line to where he can run, and I will have to broadcast. But if he finishes 11th or worse, then I have the ability to make him do something at my will, and it's my choice. But I won't tell him what it is. I know what it is, but I'm not going to tell him what I'm going to make him do. So, anyways, of course, it's me, Dawson Allen, Adam Kuhn in the booth with me, and Josh will be our in-race reporter. As we get these cautions and as we kind of get these moments where we got kind of a cool down time to talk, we'll yank him in here, we'll have him talk to us, and we'll see how that truck's feeling for him as the race goes on. You can see 5 minutes left in the practice session. Top of the leaderboards is at 44, Andrew Elias. Very impressive statement for him to go out there and currently sit P1.
Yeah, he's had a couple fast laps for the majority of the session. He was top of the board very early on, and now there he is again. A couple fast laps laid down for this 44 machine. 44 truck, as we like to call it.
Yeah, the truck is trucking along here as the time winds down, coming up on about 4 minutes to go until the start of the session. Looks like we're going to have, I believe, a field of 19 right now is where it sits at. Obviously, my lap doesn't matter. 16th fastest in practice with a mouse and a keyboard. So for all those that are slower than me, what are you doing? As you see, Elias puts Coppernell in the wall in the practice session, just having a little fun.
Oh man, he got me there. I got loose. Uh, just a little loose there, but that was fun.
You see somebody pulling off pit road here. It's Brett Bennett, of course, driving the fire truck scheme. Hopefully, we won't have to call on him to put out any fires tonight because usually he's the one starting them. The fire truck scheme for the Rev Group. That is the Spartan Fire Chassis truck that he is riding along with him tonight. So,
Currently sits where he finished last week at Homestead, Miami, in that 47 machine.
sitting sixth right now. And of course, last week, Homestead, a heartbreaker for Jason Gracias, running out of fuel that last lap. And I believe it was Joseph Lester that was able to take that win away from him. So, very exciting, very crazy, very hectic. But in the end, That's just how it goes.
Yeah, Joseph Lesto shocked all three of us up here in the booth last night with that last corner pass, and came out of nowhere for it to happen, but we were concerned on the fuel mileage for those guys he saved and was able to make it count, and he pounced when it absolutely mattered the most. All it was one little sputter on that one truck, and Joseph Lester was able to score his second win on the season.
And speaking of, Lester currently sitting fourth, fastest in this practice, driving the god-awful colors of Michigan State. I wouldn't be shocked if somebody decides to put that truck on the wall because that ain't a pretty truck.
Surprised he didn't go with Michigan University colors for this paint scheme.
Yeah, he could have gone for
So,
something respectable.
so guys, he told me he was going to do U of M colors, but then decided he wanted to mess with me, so went with the Michigan State Spartans. What I can tell you is that there are, including myself, 3 Michiganders in this race that all are fans of the Michigan Wolverines. So his scheme is not too liked.
So don't expect anybody to give him any room tonight, is what I'm hearing. Just looking through the rest of the practicing order here. Elias, Kierfin, Chicano, Lester, Durand, your top 5. Then it's Bennett. Then that's the 20. That is Justin Durand. As we see a change up there, Michael Krueger jumps up to the 3rd position. Should be getting ready to be the checkered flag here soon. Looks like Lester might be having some connection issues. We see a big group of trucks running along here. But yeah, 24 of David Durand sits 6th, Brett Bennett 7th, Justin Durand 8th, Noah Mayuri 9th, and Dalton Kelly rounding out the top 10 for the speed charts here in practices. We're winding down the seconds here, 13 seconds remaining. And there goes Brett Bennett into the wall. Oh, a massive, oh my goodness!
T-boned and barrel rolls down the front straightaway. Wow.
That was like a reverse Ryan Newman. He got hit on the underside and got sent there. A terrible accident for that 47. Let's see if we can get a quick replay of that one. See him just rolling through the air. We'll try to go a little further back here.
Holy cow, he went flying.
Yeah, he may not be okay. He may need a fire truck to extract him for that. He'll need the jaws of life for that one.
Yeah, he had the jaws of life. Oh boy.
Well, 24 just clips him there. He slides back up, hits the wall just at the right angle, and then
Right
just
in front of
kerplow!
too.
Man, what a launch that 47 truck took. But that's what you should expect to see with Brett Bennett as we kind of just go through getting ready for the qualifying. Obviously, I can't look at it. I'm a driver, so we're not able to see it really. So what we'll do, we'll kind of just look around at the nice, beautiful scenery of Michigan International Raceway. Just kind of look around all the pretty flowers and everything if we can. Looks like I cannot do that. So we'll just look at the choose cone camera. So something that I think we really needed here that has been added is a choose cone camera, so we can actually see what happens when the choose cone occurs, because obviously sometimes we miss them. So we got a camera right here on the front stretch where you can see that choose cone to be able to see who makes any issues, who has any incidents, and might get sent to the back. See some lap times getting put down here. Top 5 now. 6 trucks have set a lap time. Looks like that's the 50 of Scott Roush sitting on the pole so far, with the 40 of Brandon Havens behind him, and then Justin Durand rockets to the pole position now, over top of Scott Roush. But obviously, with a track like Michigan, how much does qualifying and practice really matter when you get into the race?
Yeah, we expect a racy pack tonight, a lot of passing.
Yep, and the good thing about Michigan is you can make any of those lines work, whether it's the top, the bottom, or the middle. So we'll see a lot of action here. But while we got some time here, since I can't look at the qualifying and show you some guys going around in circles, we got somebody who's going to be racing tonight up here with us. Driver of the number 12 truck, Cameron Caldwell. Cameron, welcome to the booth.
Hey guys.
Alrighty, so far you're sitting fifth. How do you think the track felt in practice and also in qualifying here?
It feels extremely racy. I think we're gonna have a really good race tonight. A lot of passing opportunities. I think there'll be a pretty nice train around the top, but you can really pull sliders around the bottom as well in the corners. It's just kind of a matter of being able to slide back up in line and find a hole. But yeah, I felt really good in practice when we had a few packs going on, and I'm really excited about tonight. I didn't quite get the qualifying time that I wanted, but I think we saw with practice in the draft, it really doesn't matter where you qualify. You'll be able to work your way around. So, really excited. I think it'll be a good race, and hopefully put on a good show for the fans.
Yep, so it looks like here as they keep going, looks like only two haven't qualified. Yeah, it's the 23 of Austin Story and the 44 of Andrew Elias. They have yet to qualify. Let me help out the broadcast. We'll just skip my qualifying run here. That way we can make sure that we got everything going here. So obviously a racy track. It's almost like a plate race, but it's not a plate race at the same time. It's very tricky to get on this track at times, and it's always a battle with everybody around you here. So do you think everybody will be able to keep their composure here as this race goes on, or do you think we'll maybe see some early chaos?
I think there will be some. I don't know if I'll call it chaos. I think there will be some shuffling around quite a bit, maybe some drawing and whatnot. Just trying to kind of figure out where people are running, and try to kind of figure out where everyone else wants to run, I guess, on track. I think once we get going for a while, hopefully by the end of the first stage, we'll be able to kind of figure each other out. I know there are a few people in those practice sessions that were, or the little packs that were a little iffy at times, maybe not putting themselves in the right spot. But overall, I think we'll be good. It's gonna be a good race.
Alrighty, well, as qualifying comes to a close, looks like you'll be starting in P9, so good luck out there, Cam.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
And so that was Cameron Caldwell, driver of the number 12 truck. And so as we mentioned there, Zach Probst on the pole here. So a very fun set of qualifying as we get ready to roll off here, as everybody starts to hit the grid button, get themselves lined up here along the track on pit road. We'll take a look, see if we can get a look down through the field here. And how about we show that starting grid? So starting up front, row 1, it's Zach Probst and Alonso Chicano. And then behind them, it's the 45 of Dalton Kelly and the 42 of Michael Krueger.
Behind them's Justin Durand in the 20 and the 88 of Christian Pacheco. Noah Mayuri and Joseph Lester share row 4.
Yeah, then behind them, Cameron Caldwell and Austin Story rounding out your top 10. And as we move on down the list there, back in 11th place is that 50 of Scott Roush, and then in 12th is the 30 of Alexander Kierfin.
13th is Gabe Cazola with Brandon Havens on the outside of row 7. David Durand in row 8 alongside Joshua Coppernell in the 26 machine.
And then rounding out the field, the 29 of Caleb McCurry alongside the 47 of Brett Bennett. Then all by himself, all by his lonesome. Back in last place is the 44 of Andrew Elias. And of course, it shows my name there. I'm not actually racing, obviously. I am going to be up here in the booth. But somehow, some way, I'm going to score a top 20 out of this race without even having to do anything. So that's pretty good. So early picks to win this race. Adam, who are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with the 8 truck of Noah Mayuri. He's had a lot of misfortune this year. He's been really fast, of course, almost every race, so I think he's going to try and break through tonight with a very competitive racetrack. I think that kind of suits his style. So excited to see this race overall in general, but curious what he does with his teammate on pole. Of course, these trucks are always fast almost every week, getting poles and top fives for Peak Performance Motorsports.
This track, it's like a plate race, like I mentioned. It's kind of like, you don't know. It's uncertain on what's going to happen. There's a lot of craziness. But if I'm certain on one thing, I think one of our teammates finally gets it done again. His name ain't Tyler Waterman. I do believe the 45 of Dalton Kelly is going to wind up in victory lane here tonight. He's been really strong recently. He's had a lot of great showings and just hasn't been able to get those results to back it up. I think tonight he breaks through and finally gets that win. So as they start to pace around this track, we're going to have an exciting race, 100 laps of chaos, and I believe we're going to have our stage caution. I want to say that's going to be around lap 25, I believe, is when we're having it. So,
Conclusion of 25.
yeah, conclusion of lap 25 is when we are going to have our competition caution. So this one will be interesting here. 25 laps, and you got a 75 lap run after that. Not too much in terms of really needing pit stops, I believe, to make it on fuel. But it will be interesting to see how these drivers can make it work. So as the field comes through turn number 4, Zach Probst, Alonso Chicano are going to lead the way. The pace truck is in. And the green flag is getting ready to drop for these drivers. And there we go. We're underway here at Michigan. Already, Dalton Kelly shoots to the lead from that inside lane, but Alonso Chicano is going to try to make the pass here on the inside of 3 and 4 as they come through for the first time.
Dawson, 2 lead changes, 2 corners. Alonso Chicano trying to get around that third place starter, like you mentioned. 45, Dalton Kelly with an impressive 3-wide move to the lead, but he's not going to be able to lead that first lap despite that.
It's going to go to Alonso Chicano. He will lead lap 1 here at Michigan. But right behind him, that's the 20 truck. That's Justin Durand trying to help push him, trying to give him a push if he can. You see a lot of shuffling around back in the back of the pack here. Just watching these trucks from a distance here. It is crazy, hectic, and exciting here these first few laps when they're all wadded up to see what happens. You see some 3-wide action back there as they get things sorted back out, kind of straightened back up. And keep it going clean here as a battle for the lead still. Dalton Kelly might have got him at the line that time. I believe he did. Give that lap to Dalton Kelly.
Yeah, very impressed. He was able to get that lead on the outside lane. We heard Josh talk about that on the start, how there seemed to be a top groove racetrack, and right away, Kelly is going to clear Chicano on the outside lane with a push from Justin Durand.
Storming down the backstretch, Chicano is going to make that gap work. He'll pull up inside the outside lane, but Justin Durand is trying for the inside before going for the race lead.
Noah Mayuri diving to third underneath Chicano. He gets that spot with a huge slide, and Durand's going to clear Kelly for the lead. Kelly has a run though on corner exit. He's going to try and side draft him at the line here. He's going to try and go door-to-door into turn 1 with his 20 truck.
Side by side as they battle here through 1 and 2 yet again, but Dalton Kelly, that outside line just gets such a huge run through 1 and 2. You were able to clear pretty convincingly is that 45 truck. With Noah Mayuri right behind him, Dalton Kelly leads the 1-2 for the Toyota Tundras. The battle between the 20 and the 8 now, Noah Mayuri and Justin Durand.
Dalton Kelly protecting the bottom, trying to get rid of the slipstream, went all the way to the below the white line while everyone stayed up against the wall, and then you had to cut across the track again going into turn 1, and that kind of hurt his speed up a little bit, Dawson, I think, entering the corner, but now he's gapping them again down the back.
It definitely is. You see that 42, Michael Krueger, currently rolling in the 7th position, has been really hairy as this race has been going on. He's been trying to make moves, trying to fly through the field here as this race goes on, making up early spots as he battles the 88 of Christian Pacheco. He's working that inside line, trying to make it stick, but right now he finds himself 7th as a battle for the lead starting to heat up between Noah Maori and Dalton Kelly.
On the inside into turn 1 with a huge send into the corner. We'll see that inside lane. He hasn't worked on this end of the racetrack that often against that 45 truck, but it looks like he's going to clear Dalton Kelly with that huge send into the corner, and he's clear off for 2.
And here comes the 30, Alexander Kierfin. He's trying to make a move to the inside of Dalton Kelly for 2nd. He'll clear him, and now he's going to try to set his sights on Noah Maori to go for the race lead. And you see, oh, they're stacking up back here. That's the 50 is Scott Roush up top here. Maybe 4 wide, just casually 4 wide here in Michigan. Behind him, the 12 of Cameron Caldwell, down to 10th place now as he continues to watch them battle up ahead. You gotta wonder what goes through their minds when they're watching this race continue in front of them. Just watching these guys send it like the 62 of Zach Probst going underneath him there. You're almost 3 wide. You see a truck ahead of the wall, I believe. That's a 50 of Scott Roush. Got the wall there ahead of Cameron Caldwell. Had to get out of it. So that slows up his momentum and keeps him at bay for at least another lap. Kierfin finds himself in the lead. Kelly is in 2nd. Maori back to 3rd. And they're still going at it for this race lead.
Yeah, now Dalton Kelly's on the bottom. He's going to try and wrap that yellow line, and it's going to work for him through the center of 1 and 2. Let's see what he can do on exit against that 30 truck. Can't quite compare to that outside lane's momentum right now. But he's still trying to fight into turn 3 with Noah Maori trying to fit in between them. He has nowhere to go.
You got the 20 of Justin Duran on his back bumper. We see Dalton Kelly sending it yet again on the bottom in 3 and 4. Can he make the pass for the lead stick? Kierfin gets way up high. Kelly holds the lead steady so far, but that push from Maori is going to help Kierfin try to get the lead back here, coming down into 1.
And there you see the 42 points leader, Michael Krueger, finally up in this fight for the lead, up to 4th, going for 3rd. He can get to 2nd by the end of the straightaway, but those two are going to continue to race side by side for the lead.
Ooh, trouble in the back. Gabe Cazzola finds himself to the inside. Might have got the wall there. No caution. Look at the replay. Contact with the 82 and the 4. So the Michigan State colors are already proving that they're going to be an enemy as this race continues on, knocking the 82 of Gabe Cazzola all the way back to the 18th position.
Fight for the lead, messy up here with Noah Maori diving to the inside of Kierfin into turn 1. He's going to clear him in the center of 2, and he's going to try and... He is going to be clear on the back straightaway now. There's more contact!
Alonso Chicano, Christian Pacheco, contact made. They're going to keep it straight here, but that 25 driver probably isn't too happy with the way that played out.
Yeah, it's rookie Christian Pacheco making one of his first starts in this league, and he is racing Alonso Chicano, runner-up in the championship last year, and he's going to go side by side into turn 1. Chicano on the inside. It's going to be a hard pass for him to do it. He's going to dive way below the 42 of Michael Krueger, though.
Still getting dicey back here behind him. Joseph Lester trying to march back through the field here. Up to 8th place now. You see a little bobble look like out of the 25 of Chicano coming off of turn 4. And now the 12 of Cameron Caldwell is to the inside of Lester. That is for the 8th position.
And a reminder, as we get halfway in the stage, just the top 6 drivers will get points at the end of this. While they go side by side for the lead. Kierfin on the inside of Maori can't do it yet. Now he's going to have to race Kelly down the back straightaway. And he has no fight there either.
The top 6 are going to get points in this stage. The battle is between Probst, Chicano, and Lester. That's 6th, 7th, and 8th right now. Probst is hanging on to that point there. Just ahead of them is Michael Krueger, Justin Duran, Kierfin, Kelly, and Mayori. But the lead is for the 8 truck, with Dalton Kelly now finding himself in second. Starting to get a little more single file here as this run is going on. As I say that, Kelly peeked to the inside, didn't take the run, but now he's right behind the 8, right on his back bumper. Chicano side by side with Probst for the 6th position.
That
Battling
42
here.
ducking down helps Chicano just a little bit with that draft, but he's going to go back up and right in line, and that helps Probst get going into the entrance of the corner.
Now this is where Alonso needs to get a big run on Probst. He needs to get it inside and needs to send it deep there to see if he can try to make a run to pass that 62 truck, excuse me. The 4 truck making the move to the outside of Chicano here as they come down the backstretch.
Yeah, we just saw Lester with that contact a moment ago. He had to start in the rear of the field for an ELL penalty with contact from Cameron Caldwell on pit road a week ago. So starting in the back up to 7th as he gets around Chicano, and he's going to continue to fight that 25 truck into turn 1.
But as they fight, a new fight begins. The 62 and the 42. Probst and Krueger battle for 5th now. That's putting Krueger on the hot seat for these points in the stage. Up front, Dalton Kelly still trying to peek inside for the lead. Just can't get the run he needs to try to pass that 8 of Noah Mayori.
Michael Krueger tucked in line, and his teammate Joseph Lester is going to go on the inside of him into turn 3 and fight for that last position in the stage points.
Ooh, he got the apron a little bit. It's going to slide up in front of him. Almost did. He wasn't clear enough. He's going to try the side draft. He's trying to get the pull of the 62. Alonso's going to send it 3 wide with them. Here we go. Heating up here with just 10 laps to go in the stage.
Having flashbacks to California with these 3, running 1, 2, 3 there. This is tail end of the top 6. Kruger's going to fall all the way back to 7th, and Chicano's going to lose it.
Saves
Lost
it.
traction off of 2, but like you said, Dawson, crazy save. He's going to lose a ton of momentum from that, though.
Yeah, that'll put him out of that hunt for that top 6 of the stage. An impressive save, though, to keep it from causing any further chaos here for that 25 Alonso Chicano as Cameron Caldwell now comes to try to make a run on him as we see 2nd place in 4th place now. As Mayori runs away, Kelly and Kierfin battle as do Duran and Probst throw the 2nd through 5th under a blanket here. How close they are.
The 2 piston-broke racing trucks are trying to catch them and score more points themselves as these 4 get caught up in chaos. And you see Zach Probst, though, trying to beat his way between the 20 and the 30 trucks. He looks faster than them both. He just can't get around them at the moment, with them holding him up, holding both lanes.
Yeah, Probst and Kierfin side by side here, 4th and 5th. That's allowing Lester and Krueger to stay side by side in battle here. As the laps are winding down, Lester going to pull in front of Krueger, and it looks like they're going back single file for just a second. Lester now trying to the inside of Kierfin, wants to put that 30 truck on the hot seat. Look at how deep he drives it into 1 and 2 here. Oh, washed up into Probst!
62, and he's going to lose it to the inside, but another save on the flat banking there on back straightaway. Chicano's going to make a huge advantage of the so is Caldwell to the inside.
Probst was sideways. Probst was around. And he got it back straight and got it back going. Unbelievable how he saved that. We need to go back and look at that one really quick as you see him coming off of turn 2. Lester slips up into him and he just, wow. What a save.
The way he knocked Lester kept his momentum up.
Yeah, and that save was able to keep him in 6th place. So he still got that final stage point. And you see who's crept up into that 4th position, able to get it back and recover, is the 25 of Alonso Chicano. He's back in 3rd.
Yeah, Chicano flew by all those guys. He made a huge move to the inside, passing all of them. And Michael Krueger was the big loser. He got held up by that and lost quite a few positions. And now he's stuck behind Probst.
Yeah, Krueger back in 7th behind Probst. He's got Cameron Caldwell behind him. Of course, Cameron wants to get up there and get that stage point if he can, But as does Krueger, too. He wants to maintain that points lead, and he's got an opportunity to get some points that Lester has fallen out of the ability to gain now with Lester missing out. You see Brett Bennett going wide in the corner. Into the wall he goes. Set it too hard there, that 47 did. That's going to cost him another spot. Another couple spots, actually, as he continues to fall back. And just behind him, it's the Josh Coppernell update, currently running 12th, battling the 23 of Austin Story. So currently, he's on the losing end of this bet here. So we'll see how he can maintain as this race goes on. We're only 20 laps in, just a fifth of the way through.
Climbed up quite a few positions, though, Dawson.
Yeah, he has, but I mean, he's still got a little bit of ways to go. Top 3 now. Noah Mayori, Dalton Kelly, and then it's the 20 of Justin Durand running with him here as we got just 5 laps to go, making about 4.5 to go
Huge moment for the 8 truck. He lost
Ooh.
all kinds of grip off the exit of the corner, and he was lucky not to wad into the fence. More issues back here with these guys racing for this last stage point.
Yeah, Kierfin and Probst almost got into it there. That's going to allow Michael Krueger to slide back into that 6th position, and Cameron Caldwell is lurking as well. He wants that spot just the same as they all do. Kierfin going to go low to the inside of Krueger to try to take a spot back. We got a spinner there. Is that Noah Mayori?
More issues. Yeah, Mayori had more issues. That truck was not right. He spun into the infield. He's wrecked into the victory lane thing they have set up there, and he's crashed. He's wrecked. There's no caution, though, because he's off the racetrack.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to wind up there. So let's see what happened here. Coming through 3 and 4 this time by. Kelly had gotten by. It looks like he slides up. Gets loose, tries to save it, catches the wall. Yeah, he just got loose again, so.
He got that wall, and he might have got 11 net code from that 20 truck.
Handling went away from him there. So that's going to end Noah Mayori's day, I believe, as Dalton Kelly now assumes the race lead. And look at that, just like that, it shakes up these stage points again as Cameron Caldwell now takes that final point position away from Michael Krueger again.
Yeah, it's got to sting for Krueger to lose that position twice in the span of 2 laps, just about. Just one small mistake, losing his tires. It looks like he's losing a little bit of grip with his machine, but he's trying to fight back that 12 truck.
And Cameron Caldwell finds himself in the 6th position now, scoring stage points. Your top 6, Dalton Kelly, Justin Durand, Alonzo Chicano recovering to 3rd, then it's Zach Probst, Alexander Kierfin, and Cameron Caldwell. Krueger and Lester on the outside looking in, as is David Durand in 9th place. And then Brett Bennett is back in the 12th position, in the 10th position. He is also trying to see if he can make a run here, as we got just 2 laps to go in this stage. Cameron Caldwell is on the hot seat now. Ooh. Alonso sitting at the outside.
Durand.
And Durand's going to get passed by 2 trucks there. It's going to be Alonso Chicano and Zach Probst, it looks like, coming to the outside. I think Chicano wants that stage win. He's coming to the inside. Dalton Kelly's going to use up Dalton Kelly a little bit.
45.
Looked like he almost pushed up into the 45. So he'll clear Dalton Kelly, and he'll take the white flag for the stage, see if he can't close it off, and score as many points you possibly can here. We'll see what he can do, or can Kelly fight back? Issue. Brett Bennett may be pitting. I think that's a strategy call by the 47 truck coming down pit road here. I noticed he lost a lot of spots. Wanted to see what he was doing, but you see Chicano has another moment. It looked like off the corner. Either that or he's just trying to break the draft. See if he can't stay out front for this final corner here and keep the stage points. Dalton Kelly going to send it inside. Dalton Kelly wants to try to take it away, but he's not going to have enough of a run off of 4. Coming to the stripe. It's going to be a close one. Chicano's going to win the stage. Kelly 2nd. Probst 3rd. Durand 4th. And then a wad back here. And it looks like Caldwell and Kierfin are going to be the ones that are going to score the final stage points. Whew. Now we can breathe.
Wow, it's a lot of back and forth there those last couple of laps. Nothing like, well, just what we anticipated pretty much there, and chaotic battles there right at the finish. Those water trucks, like you mentioned, Dawson, and very, very, very disappointing for those piston broke racing trucks. Top of the standings pretty much all season, and missing out on stage points now isn't a huge deal, but it's just those little bits that could lead to big points at the end of the regular season.
just a few laps ago, we were talking about that amazing save by Alonso to keep the truck from going around or anything, and that he was dropping back, and that he was going to have no shot at stage points. And then he goes out and he wins the stage. So,
He had a lot of help to do that with a couple big moves in front of him, clustering trucks up and made a lot of huge moves and big passes, but got the job done. He did what he had to do.
indeed he did. And at the end of the stage, our buddy Josh Coppernell is going to finish it in the 11th position. So we'll let them get their pit stops in, and then we'll talk to our in-race reporter, and we'll talk to our Stage 1 winner. How about that? So as the field pits, one stays out. Oh boy, Brett Bennett trying the pit stop strategy, pitting on that last lap of the stage. He's going to shuffle everything out. So as we'll see here, watch them on pit lane. See who can come out first here. Obviously, everybody's taking 4 tires of fuel. Looks like it's going to be Chicano, Kelly. I believe that's Probst beating out Durand, Kierfin, Lester, Krueger. That's the 23 Astoria. There's Coppernell. And then after that, I believe that's Caleb McCurry, Cameron Caldwell. And the rest of the field looks like they might be getting some extra damage repair and just getting those final kinks worked out on their truck. So, Brett Bennett staying out, assumes the race lead, but we're not talking to him. We're talking to the man who won the stage. We are going to talk to Alonso Chicano here. So we will yank him down in here real quick. So let's see if we can get a hold of our stage winner. Hey, Alonso, this is Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Alrighty, well, an exciting stage to say the least from our point of view. From the back to the front, to the back to the front, and winning the stage after I think me and Adam both were almost counting you out there after that incident. What was it like running up to the field there?
Yeah, I mean, it's very aero dependent here, and tires matter a lot more than you would think. So it's very important here to save, even though the draft plays such a huge effect on the racing here. It's very important to save in the corners because it's really easy to beat up your tires, especially when it's this hot and you have so much downforce. So it was really fun. There was probably like 3 times there where I thought my race was over, but we were able to work our way back up because I did feel pretty confident about my tire saving in that run. So I knew if we had a shot, we were gonna, be probably the ones to beat. So the opportunity came our way, and we were able to get the stage win.
Alrighty, well, congrats on that stage, and we'll send you back up with your team here and let you get back going as we're getting ready to go green here.
All right, thank you guys.
So let's get Alonso back with his team, and let's get ready to go green. So we missed the choose cone, obviously. Pacheco took the top. Brett Bennett taking the bottom as the race leader. Dalton Kelly falling behind his teammate. The SBLD boys lined up on the inside row there. Durand following them as well, but you see Probst and Lester to the outside, their story as well. So we'll see how things work out. Brett Bennett leads us to the green here at Michigan.
Dalton Kelly going to jump immediately to the outside right there. That's surprising between these two teammates going side by side into turn 1.
An excellent restart, and then Brett Bennett tries to stick it on the inside. He's going to slide up in front of Kelly. Oh, that's a bit aggressive to do to your teammate. Chicano's going to try to take the run to the inside here, and he'll try to go 2 for 1.
Man, those SBLD guys were very aggressive, like you said, but Chicano, 2 for 1 down the back, clear into 3, and they are 3 wide for third. Zach Probst is going to bounce into
Oh!
Joseph Lester, huge save again, and Justin Duran's going to take evasive action to the flat to get around them both, or get around that wild mess for fourth, fifth.
What a save by all involved. Lester, Probst, and Kelly as they're about to go 3
but
wide
Bennett's
yet
gonna run the
again.
fence, and he's going to get to the
Bennett's,
outside of Chicano.
yeah, Bennett's going for the race lead here.
Got to push him his teammate down the back straightaway. He's going to continue to run that outside groove against Chicano, who's sticking to that inside, of course. Not going to run the middle. He's going to slide up here off a 4, try and close it off, but he can't quite yet.
Yeah, while Alonso continues to lead it, Brett Bennett's trying to make the run on the outside work. He's got Dalton Kelly behind him, but the more drivers are starting to go towards that bottom lane with Chicano. Looks like Probst is doing it, Duran is doing it. There's Lester and Story back there as well. How about that 23 of Austin Story running in the 7th position right now? He's kind of bounced back and forth through the field throughout the day. So far, though, running top 10, a good run for him as this race continues on. At the line that time, I believe Bennett had the lead, but look at Lester trying to send it 3 wide. Probst there as well.
We've seen Lester been aggressive all night. He's going to send it real deep into turn 1 against Chicano and Bennett. Bennett caught the wall maybe there. 3 wide on the inside. Lester's going to move up. Chicano's clear for second.
A wiggle in the back, the 82 of Gabe Cazzola able to gather it up and save it. As they go into 3 and 4, they're about to be 4 wide back here, it looks like. They are 4 wide. Everybody trying to get every position they can. Look at this move. The 88 of Christian Pacheco trying to go through the middle here, trying to pick up some more spots.
I am speechless right now. That was just a whole mess of trucks, and I don't know how they did not crash. That was crazy how close they were. And Christian Pacheco in his second series start up to second, right on the tail of Joseph Lester.
They're still 3 wide, just about 4 wide there.
Oh, Brett Bennett with a huge save in the
Bennett!
grass. Look out as he comes back on the banking.
What a save. Very impressive by Brett Bennett, but of course, yeah, you gotta wonder how terrified everybody else is as he's still trying to defend his positions there. But up front now, that puts the 4 of Joseph Lester alongside the 8 of Christian Pacheco. He's trying to go to the inside to make it work and make the pass for the lead here.
Huge send on that yellow line. He kind of got a little squirrely on it. Lost his momentum. Looked like he was going to be able to clear Lester, but a little upset truck. He's going to tuck back in line in between the 2 Piston Brook racing machines.
Yeah, Michael Krueger now finds himself in 3rd. With Alonso Chicano 4th, Zach Probst in 5th, and Dalton Kelly now 6th. And that's what this little group is right here, the top 6 all lined up here. And you got to go a little bit further back to find the 20 of Justin Duran leading the 2nd group of trucks as they continue to march on here. Lap number 35 in the books here of 100.
Pacheco's going to try it again into turn 1. It worked for him last time until he got too low. He doesn't get even close to the yellow line. But
He's
gonna get
wrecking!
hooked from the 4. He could have got loose, but there's contact
Hit by
with
the
42 now.
42!
He's going to spin it to the inside. No caution, Dawson.
Caution this time. Caution is out. The
Wow.
88 with an aggressive move. Going for the race lead and just sent it in too hard into turn 1 and 2. You know, he sends it in deep here. And he tries to slide up, just gets loose, snaps around from underneath him. No help from Lester, but some help from Krueger, and almost got help from Probst.
Wow. It was really close between he and Lester, but yeah, he just lost it. Just sent it in real deep, and like I said, he tried not to get to the yellow line like he did last lap, but maybe a little over aggressive driving there into the corner trying to defend on Lester.
Drops him back to 18th place now. Last truck on the track is Noah Mayori, the only truck out of the race, obviously. So under caution for the second time. I say now is a good time, better than never, to bring in our buddy, Mr. Josh Coppernell, our in-race reporter. Josh, it's Dawson Allen up in the booth. Sorry, fraudulent slip. You got a copy.
Yeah, I'm here.
Alrighty. Running in 11th. So far, I'm winning the bet, but still a lot of racing left to go. How's it been from your point of view in the cockpit as this race is going on?
Man, my arms are ripped already. This is insane. I have no idea what's going on. Just pure chaos, and obviously we're taking the easy way out. Or the safe way, I should say. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a couple times when it's got real sketchy in front of me. I ended up just hitting the brakes and backing way out. They were like looking 4 wide in front of me, and I was like, oh no, I'm getting out of this. So luckily, we've kept the 26 truck clean so far. So hopefully, we just continue to stay clean and get up there.
Alrighty, well, what do you expect to see from the rest of this race with how this racing's been? You know, it's been a lot of side-by-side aggressive battling here. What do you expect to see as this run goes on?
Uh, I mean, pure chaos. I don't know how to put it, but you're seeing it. It is just absolutely chaos, and I feel like I'm in the middle of a hornet's nest right now, and I don't really like bees so much. So, yeah, we're just trying our best here, but it's fun, but it's chaos.
Alrighty,
Josh, real
well,
quick. Sorry, Dawson, but Josh, real quick. Staying out on old tires. What lane are you gonna choose for this restart?
You know, I'm not really sure. I didn't know which lane I was going to choose last time either, just a few laps ago. But going to see, kind of where everybody in front of me takes. We gained a lot of positions taking the high line last time, so we'll see.
All right, thanks.
alrighty, well, Josh got sent back to his team here. We'll get him back up with his guys. If my stuff will cooperate with me here, it's not letting me do it. So
I can move myself.
You have to let Adam take over or somebody else. So should we get to choose this time? Looks like Lester's going to take the inside row. You see, kind of just split decisions through the field. Not too much craziness happening. The 82 looks like he might have run over the center of it, but 82 already being out back anyways, what more moving back does to someone back there. So Joseph Lester, Michael Krueger make up that first row, and then Austin Story and Cameron Caldwell, and then I believe it's Alexander Kierfin and Justin Durand. So split decisions between the field to see who pits and who doesn't. You can see some of those guys that pit, some of those guys that stayed out there. Alonzo, Brett, Bennett, Zach Probst, Justin Durand, or David Durand, excuse me. And it's that 50 that is Scott Roush. The 40 truck of Brandon Havens, Gabe Cazola, Caleb McMurray, and then, of course, Dalton Kelly coming back topping off, Pacheco pitting, and Willias pitting as well. So a lot of split decisions here from the field, whether to pit or not there on that caution. So the pace truck pulls off. Lester, Krueger, front row. And the green flag is back out. We're back underway in Michigan.
So a lot of wheel spin there on that restart for Joseph Lester. He's gonna be clear of Michael Krueger going into the 1 for the moment. 42 has a run though. He's gonna stay in line behind his teammate.
Yeah, Krueger's going to stay behind him. That's what teammates do. They'll take that run, they'll take it and hold on to it for a second and let you go and just make sure it's just you two battling. You see the 4 and the 42 clear out front for the top 2 spots as they run. Looking back throughout the field, you see a lot of chaos through the rest of it. The 42 slipping up the track a little bit, almost got into Cameron Caldwell. Here comes the 23 of Austin Story now, trying to draft off the 42.
A lot of bobbing and weaving down the front straightaway. Caldwell has nowhere to go. He's tucked underneath the 4 truck. Story with a huge shove to the 42 is going to put the 42 out in front into turn 1.
Huge run, huge push. Can Krueger clear his teammate Lester? Maybe. Yes, he can. But he's going to pull back down to the inside, trying to break the draft a little bit, or maybe trying to pull Story up there with him, heading into 3 and 4.
Caldwell to the inside of Lester for 3rd. Caldwell was up to that position a couple moments ago. That's the highest we've seen him tonight. And Gabe Cazzola up to 6th now in that 82 truck.
And how about the 23 of Austin Story? A great run coming tonight here as he tries to make his way through the field and try to march to the front. He's going to try to go for the race lead on the 42. The points leader, Michael Krueger. Huge shove. Looked like a huge shove from the 4. Sent the 23 into the 42. Pushing him all the way down the back straightaway into turn 3. The 82.
From the 82. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Gabe Cazzola sitting into the
He's gonna make
inside.
it work. He's gonna get by the 4 truck and he's gonna be on the inside of the 23. But the draft's gonna carry the outside lane. That's gonna hurt him so much. What a huge run that Cazzola and that Kenny Schrader classic scheme. What a move that was on the other side of the track. He's gonna try it again into turn 1.
In 1 and 2 to the inside of the 23. And
The only thing that's hurting him is that draft. Sorry, Dawson.
Oh, you're fine. No, I was going to say he's keeping it straight here. He's able to keep it from drifting up into him. He's able to hold that bottom line. Really impressive here from the 82 of Gabe Cazzola as he's driving it in deep yet again into 3 and 4. He slides up a little bit. Not going to have any issues, though, but he's side by side with 2nd. But again, nobody down there with him. That draft just not enough. You know, he's still side by side right now with the 4 of Lester, but as they continue on, not able to gain any progress without a little bit of help.
Top 4 right now are all series rookies, and they're beating the series champion right now.
Yep, Cameron Caldwell in 5th. You see this tight wad of trucks here as well. Everybody battling for every inch they can take. Nobody wants to give in. There's Brett Bennett in the 47. Here comes the 88 of Christian Pacheco trying to make it 3 wide here. He does with the 20 of Justin Duran and the 47 of Brett Bennett around him. Chicano ahead of him as well, trying to push that 25. And now he'll try to send it to the outside of him. And it's going to be 3 wide yet again. Almost 4 wide here coming into turn 1.
Yeah, this is a real mess. Almost 2 rows of 3 wide, and Pacheco's going to get on the outside of Chicano through the center of the corner here.
And look at the move he makes. A great recovery from the incident he had. And he's going to slide back in. That's the 6th position now for the 88 truck. As we see the battle continues, the 82 is still trying to push that inside line here. This time he might be able to make something work. He's getting side by side with the race leader, Michael Krueger.
Impressive run on this bottom lane. We heard all night that the top has been the dominant way to go. We see it with the draft paying dividends, and running the wall just right can give you a ton of speed at the end of the straightaways. But Gabe Cazzola just abusing the truck with the center of the corner. Wonder if that's going to hurt him on the long run, but he's going to be clear to the lead on the exit of turn 2.
What a run by that 82 truck. I don't think he heard Cameron Caldwell's pre-race interview saying that outside lane was going to be the dominant lane, because he just went and took the race lead running the inside lane. And being able to slide out that far in front to hold the race lead here. What an impressive run by Gabe Cazzola in this 82 truck.
Here comes Christian Pacheco in the 88, his teammate. He's up to 5th with those fresh tires. Here comes Krueger with a huge sender to 1 on the inside.
Krueger's going to try out this inside lane. Pacheco's going to the inside as well, trying to run back to the front, hugging that yellow line. Slips up a little bit. The 88 does. Almost gets into the 4 of Joseph Lester, able to recover and save it. Keeps it off of him. So you're seeing a lot more movement now. Some more trucks kind of moving around. They're going to try to the inside of the 82 yet again. They kind of pull back in line. And looks like they're going to go back single file here. Keep it nice and clean as we're coming up on the halfway point of this race. How about our Josh Coppernell update as this race continues on, running the 12th position. He's kind of bounced around from just inside to just outside that top 10. Currently in 12th place, kind of just, waiting it out here. Obviously, like you said earlier, he's waiting out, letting to see everybody else take themselves out so he can capitalize. So we'll see what he can do as the laps wind down, coming up on that halfway point.
Laps ago, just ahead of him, he saw 6 trucks being 3 wide, and now they lost single file. We saw the last corner, he went on the inside, attempting a pass on the 24 of David Duran. So he's trying now to move up through the field now that they've gotten strung out. Here he goes again trying to attack that 24 machine. Can't quite do it.
Yep, working on David Duran, that would be for the 11th position. Meanwhile, out front, Gabe Cazzola is checking out as the battle continues between Christian Pacheco and Austin Story. That is for the 3rd position. That 88 is trying to make the inside lane work yet again. The slide he sends to the inside of him to make that pass stick and make it work. Impressive runs by the rookies. And to say rookie like that, talking about these guys running here, some of them making some of their, few starts, while you've got the points leader, who's also a rookie, Michael Krueger, comfortably running second right now, but that 88's about to light him up a little bit. He's been making that inside lane work, so you got to wonder if Krueger's getting kind of worried seeing that 88 in his rearview mirror.
Absolutely. Some of these guys don't have resumes like rookies. Cazzola does, though. Just 2 series starts. Christian Pacheco, just 1 series start. While Michael Krueger, 2 wins. Joseph Lester, 2 wins himself. And top 5 in the points, of course, like you mentioned. So very strong showings for these guys up front. And Austin Story, only 3 races, I believe. 2 top 10s, but he hasn't raced in 2 or 3 months, I don't think. So it's really strong showing for that 23 truck.
On a flyback here, back in the 8th position, the 9th position, you'll find the 20 truck. That is Justin Durand, and not too far behind him is the 24 of David Durand. Looking to see if they can get next to each other again. Alonso Chicano is currently the only roadblock between the brothers as they come through 1 and 2 here on lap number 52. You see the 30 of Alexander Kierfin trying to send it to the inside, just can't get the run to work on the 24 here. There's Josh popping back up in the picture there in 13th. As this battle continues on here. Kind of getting stretched back out, but still some moves being attempted to make. Here comes Zach Probst to the inside of the 88, trying to see if he can make that inside lane work like they've been able to do. But he is fighting hard to keep it from drifting up into him. The battle for 3rd.
Zach Probst, tonight's poster, trying to get to that inside of the 88. He's going to do that here through 3 and 4. He hasn't had a lot of good finishes, unfortunately, this season. He's right in the mix to make it in the playoffs. He's on that cut line, but he's on the wrong side of it, unfortunately. And he's trying to get a good showing tonight for that 62 machine. Clear for a moment, but he's going to slide up too late. The 88 is going to make an evasive move there. And he's going to go drift really high on the exit of turn 2, give him that position comfortably to the 62 machine.
Was that move too late, or was it just the right move to get him out of the way and make him slip up and take the position?
Maybe.
But Probst continuing the march to the front. Now he's got his eyes set on the 42 of Michael Krueger.
Yeah, he ran down that 42 really fast once he made that move with that bobber on the 88, and he's on the inside of Krueger now for 2nd.
Yeah, Probst versus Krueger for 2nd. Looks like he's going to take that spot easy. That 62 gets by. He will take over 2nd place now. He's got his eyes set on the race leader, Gabe Cazzola, who has stretched it out. An impressive run again by this 82. As the laps are winding down, it'll be 45 laps to go this next time by. Just a great run by Gabe Cazola here at Michigan. And where one story is benefiting, another one's starting to falter. Austin Story continuing to drop spots here, now under fire from the 12 of Cameron Caldwell.
Just ahead of him, Christian Pacheco under threat from Joseph Lester. Lester on the inside can't quite do it there, while Caldwell clear on the 23. He's going to take it. That's very close right there. He's going to slide up and take that spot.
He did not want to try to make sure he was clear. As soon as he heard clear, he pulled right up in front of him. But Story's going to try to cross him over, try to go to the inside of him here, see if he can't make it work, but it just doesn't seem like it is. So I'm wondering here, let's take a look and see about the pit stops and see if there's been any difference. A 10-lap difference, obviously. Cazola and Probst, it looks like, compared to some of the rest of the field. Christian Pacheco as well. So you're seeing a bit of a difference with some of those guys on fresher tires. Compared to those that are on the older tires. The top two came down pit road to that last caution, and as did 5th place. But oh, spinner!
He's going to spin.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
The 88 around again this race, rolling backwards down the back straightaway. And just not what you want to see after yet another climb to the front of the field.
It's going to stink for Christian Pacheco. That was big contact with the wall, I believe.
Oh, he got big contact. Yeah, he had help. Lester looked like he got up into him there. Either he got into Lester or Lester got into him. It's kind of hard to tell from
These two who ran into each other last time in the same corner.
Yep, so a battle coming into the corner will go on board with the 4 of Joseph Lester.
A lot of deja vu here.
Ooh, did he get out of it? Did he get a little loose there in the corner? It looks like he kind of got a little loose there. But it's hard to tell. So now I believe we should be in the window for final pit stops. So I don't think anybody's going to try to stay out. I think everybody's going to come down here. We'll have to see as we're getting down to it here, just over halfway. Gabe Cazola with an impressive, a strong performance. Now has to come down and make a pit stop here, see if he can hold on to that race lead. A close race off pit road.
Yeah.
Probst able to beat Cazola. And it's Lester, then Krueger, Caldwell, Bennett, Duran. We got one. We got one. Maybe actually Chicano beat him off there. But, you know, for that split second, we saw those two brothers side by side there on the ticker. But what I want to point out, we had a truck that stayed out there. The 50 of Scott Roush is going to assume the race lead, staying out, not coming down pit road. An interesting call here by the 50 truck.
Yeah, Scott just in another driver in his second start in the series. Raced in this race a season ago, just like Josh Coppernell, only racing at Michigan. He's going to elect to come down pit road the second time by. He did lead last time by, though, so he did score a lap lead for that 50 machine.
Yep, and if that's what you got to do to get your sponsors out there, C2 Graphics, I believe, is who's on the hood of that there 50 truck. Yeah, C2 Graphics, of course, sponsor of that 50 truck. So Zach Probst will take the race lead here. Joseph Lester Actually, it's Gabe Cazzola second. Joseph Lester is third. Michael Krueger off fourth. Cameron Caldwell off fifth. It's kind of bouncing around here. I think they're just kind of fighting around to see who should be where. I see Lester rolling up here. I believe he chose the inside lane compared to the rest of the field. So Lester to the inside, Probst to the outside. This ought to be an interesting restart here.
Expect Michael Krueger to work with that 4 machine on the bottom here. Obviously, PBR teammates, they've worked together all night. I think they're going to work together here on this restart and try and get that 4 machine out front.
Obviously going to work together, but not the control car. Zach Probst is, and of course, Gabe Cazzola electing to go the outside lane behind Probst. So an interesting call by the 82, but we'll see how it works out for him.
I think we've seen a lot of wheel spin on the inside lane on the last couple of restarts, so this could be trying to protect positions on the long run, at least through 1 and 2 on the restart for the 82 machine.
You see Probst get a huge launch from the outside lane. He'll clear him,
He caught a lot of people sleeping there, and he is gone.
but look who wasn't sleeping. The 4 and the 42 were able to get a really good launch with Probst, and they were able to maintain together. To Gabe Cazzola dropping back spots there really quickly here. And that's just how quick things can change on these restarts.
Carter with a huge send into turn 3, couldn't quite get to the inside of Krueger, but he will on the corner exit. They're 3 wide for a split second. Carter's going to tuck his nose in there on Krueger and Justin Duran into turn 1.
And Kierfin's trying to come to the back of the 12 truck here as they're going to go for it. Brett Bennett trying to send it on the outside here yet again.
We've seen him get in the wall before, but he's going to keep ripping that outside, maybe 4 wide on corner exit using the safer barrier.
Cazzola wasn't clear, came down, got in a little contact with Krueger, but not enough to upset anybody. They're still rolling here, but they've caught back up to Probst. Justin Duran now running second, battling Joseph Lester to his inside.
Probst has no idea where to go now. He's got 5 lanes of traffic behind him, and they're all over the place, spreading out down the front straightaway. Here comes Justin Duran right to the back tailgate of him.
And then look to the inside lane. Oh, there goes Duran to the inside of Probst. He's going to try to send it inside of him here into turn 1 for the race lead.
Duran wasted no time. Once he got to the back tailgate, he went for it, and he's going to clear the 62 off of 2.
And look who's coming with him. David Duran's joining in as well. To the inside of Probst, looking for second. The brothers Duran, 1-2 so far, it looks like. As David's sending it in, he's going to push it up off the corner. He will clear Probst. How about this battle? Justin versus David. Coming to the line this time, it's going to be Justin, but David with the run to the inside. Here comes Cazzola back in it.
Cazzola with a huge move into turn 1. He's going to push David Duran, into the corner just a little bit.
And look to the outside.
Justin.
Brett Bennett's coming as well. Brett Bennett making a move on Probst to the outside, looking for fourth.
47 knows how to get through 1 and 2. If he doesn't get in the wall, he is flying through there.
And then Cameron Caldwell to his inside. You see the differences between the two. Caldwell goes to the inside, Bennett goes to the outside, and they are sandwiching the 82 of Gabe Cazzola there as they continue on. The Duran brothers 1-2. David Duran out front leading here at Michigan. 64 laps in the books. And these are just, it's still, just fiery action as you see Gabe Cazzola sending it to the inside now, trying to go for the race lead as Brett Bennett goes to the outside trying to send it in deep here.
Cazzola's doing what he's done all night to get positions, making huge dives into the center of the corners. He just did it there, but he's going to pay the price down this back straightaway with those guys drafting up top.
Yeah, but that didn't matter for him last time. Look at that run he's going to get here. Huge runs to the inside. He doesn't need any drafting help to do that. He will fly to the race lead here. He will clear the 24. David Duran to his back bumper, trying to get back around him. And here comes Cameron Caldwell out of the inside. He's going to try to make the moves. As David Duran is pitched in, he can't make that move because Caldwell's down there.
Pizzola's truck is just has impressed me. He's able to run whatever line he needs to, and he's just
Oh, Caldwell
wadding the
Durant!
field up behind him.
Caldwell and David Duran almost got into it there. It was really tight off of two, but they were able to maintain it. Caldwell takes the second spot away, and here comes Brett Bennett now to the inside for third.
Duran's falling to fourth and fifth, while Bennett's trying to side draft them. Cameron Carter with a huge run on Gabe Cazola down the front straightaway. He's got the advantage into 2-1 on the inside.
Such an impressive move by Cameron Caldwell to take the race lead away from Gabe Cazola. Using his own tricks to work, he'll take over the race lead. Excuse me, as Brett Bennett goes for third.
Defending winner of this race from last season got a truck length, not even that now, into turn 3 over Gabe Cazola, who's just right there. Can't quite get to the bottom as he was before, but he's still running a much lower line than Caldwell. What a great run through 3 and 4 for him. He's got to run down the front straight.
He's just hoping that 12 truck can just make a slight mistake to get him side by side with him. You know, he's trying to hope that bottom opens up. He couldn't get it that time, and now you see the 47 of Brett Bennett goes back to the high lane, going to try it again to see if he can't make the move on the 82 of Gabe Cazola.
On the exit.
Huge
Couldn't
run
quite
for the
get to his door.
47, but look at that, the push he's going to give to the 82 to get up there with Cameron Caldwell to battle for the race lead. Just ever so aggressive is Brett Bennett, just stalking the 82 and the 12, trying to make the moves here. Now, I don't want to make a jinx here like I did last week at Homestead, but that 47 being in your rearview mirror is not a pretty sight. And especially knowing that he's coming for the race lead. It's big. Oh, hitting the wall in the back. It's the 40 truck. Brandon Havens gets the wall on the exit of 2. Big moment for everybody there having to miss it. Meanwhile, up front, Brett Bennett going for second on Gabe Cazola, trying to set his sights on Cameron Caldwell for the race lead.
These two are in the opposite lines that we've seen them be so good in tonight. Brett Bennett on the bottom, Gabe Cazola up a lane, and Brett Bennett's going to have a little bit of a run down the back straightaway, I believe. Can't quite do anything with the 82 truck, actually. He's going to lose a lot of ground, and he's going to be under challenge from Alexander Kurfin.
Yeah, look who's climbed his way back up through the field. The 30 of Alexander Kierfin up to fourth now and battling for third with Brett Bennett. What a run he has had as we're coming up across the line this time. It's going to be 30 laps to go. Cameron Caldwell leading here. Who's going to get it done in Michigan?
Wow. You see, Bennett, he couldn't do anything in the bottom on 1 and 2 last time, so he went to the top in 3 and 4, and Cazola tried blocking him from going up top down the front straightaway. He put his truck right on the wall, so the 47 couldn't get around him on the top.
And now Gabe Cazola has a shot at Cameron Caldwell. He's right there on the bumper, right there with him. Bennett running the top, Kierfin to the bottom here, seeing what we can do. Seeing what he can make work. This 82 is fighting hard to try to see if he can get back up through the field and catch back up to Cameron Caldwell and go for that race lead.
There goes the 47 going up towards the boards again in 1 and 2.
And slowly but surely it pays off. You know, that run he makes the outside lane, you know, while at first it's not really showing much of a benefit, it pays off after time. As you see, he makes the move to the inside of Gabe Cazola yet again. Going for second once more is Brett Bennett. He's going to slide in front, going to try to pull up in front. A slide job. Crossover almost by the 82 as Bennett goes top. Cazola goes back low. Can't quite get it. It's going to tuck back in with him. Bennett will take the second position. An impressive pass, but now he's got one more to make to go for that race lead. Cameron Caldwell lying in wake up ahead. Look at Cazola trying at the top lane like Bennett's been running.
Didn't go quite as far up as the 47 is right now, and he's hounding Cameron Caldwell right now. He's got a huge run down the back straightaway using that higher lane. He's going to take it to the bottom. No, he's going to stick it up against the wall again, of course.
trying to run that top lane up against the wall to get the momentum off the corners. It works really well in 1 and 2, 3 and 4. It leaves a little to be desired, I would say. You know, it's still not enough to really gain big time, but he's got a run coming here with the draft on the back of the 12 of Cameron Caldwell. He might be able to try to set up a move this time if he can get the run off the corner that he needs. You see him sending it in strong there in 1 and 2 as the battle to the outside of Kierfin. Here comes the 24 of David Durand yet again, battling with the 30 of Alexander Kierfin. Bennett leaving it all on the line in the top lane. Shikazola going back to the bottom and trying to make it work yet again on the bottom side. Just a difference in run off the corner you can see for the 82 and the 47. But then it's when they get the run off of it on the straightaway, Bennett is able to make up so much more time through the straightaway compared to Cazzola. But you see Caldwell starting to take that top lane approach now, trying to see if he can't take Bennett's lane a little bit. Bit by bit, you see, ooh, the 30 of Kierfin tried to slide in front of Probst. Probst is right there with him, though. That's the battle for the 5th place spot. As Probst makes it to the inside of the 30 and the 20. Can he get 2 of them at the same time? And David Durand working on Cazzola now. 25 laps remaining this time by.
Looks like Alexander Kierfin's having a little bit of a problem with his truck on this long run. Is who to see Justin Duran with a moment into turn 1. He was right on the tailgate of Cazzola and Bobble there into the entrance of the corner, while Cazzola now threatens the 47 once again for that position. These top 3 are stacked up again.
Big shove from the 82 to the back of the 47. That's going to allow him to be right there with Cameron Caldwell. Of course, Caldwell takes the bottom. Bennett takes the top. Cazzola's going to roll to the bottom yet again. But, you know, Bennett was right there on the back bumper of Caldwell. See if he can make that run yet again, catching the draft. The 82 might have got a little loose there on the corner. Able to recover it there. And look at this run that Bennett's going to get on. Here comes Bennett to Caldwell's bumper.
47 just has so much speed at the end of the straightaways with the combined draft. The 12 truck is giving off. And this right here running the top, running the boards. He's going to have a shot to the outside of the 12. Can't do it down the back straightaway this lap. He's right there, though, into 3.
Huge shot to the back of the 12 by the 47. Gabe Cazzola settles back into 3rd. David Durand back in 4th. But Bennett is trying his hardest for the race lead. He is doing everything in his power. He is working that outside lane. Just an impressive run by the 47 team as Zach Probst clears for 5th. Kierfin dropping back to 6th. And looking back, Lester and Krueger have dropped back to 8th and 10th. They're just kind of falling back here as you see another attempt to the outside lane by Bennett. Cazzola trying the inside.
I'm just still so impressed with these top 10 trucks almost within a second of each other. And they're all running almost completely different lines.
And I'm happy with that because that means 11th place Josh Coppernell is not really going to have a chance to make any moves all by himself on an island. So it looks like so far that's holding steady for me to win that bet. Oh, issues! Oh, drivers coming to pit road, but issues making it to pit road for Krueger, it looks like.
He was really hot coming in, knocked the cone. Probably going to be a penalty if he wasn't even speeding. So, double issues for the 42 machine.
Bennett, Lester, Krueger on pit road. I mean, that means there's going to be pulling some other drivers here as this run continues on, I believe. Taking a look to see when they last came down pit road, all about even. So I'm wondering if these 3 drivers are going to try something here, try to pull the rest of the field down. Battle for 3rd between David Durand and Zach Probst. As this continues on, still heating up, Gabe Cazzola settles back into 2nd place after the pit stops by Bennett, Krueger, and Lester. You see, there's Krueger pulling off pit road. See, there they come. All 3 of them coming off pit road. Bennett's going to try to slide up in front of the leaders here. See if he can't hold off, as is Lester. Lester off pit road first. Then Bennett. Oh, and Josh Coppernell's on pit road as well here. Looks like 23 of Austin Stories on pit road, so we're going to see some more guys coming. Here comes Cameron Caldwell, I believe, to pit road. Running way low this time. He's coming down pit road. Gabe Cazola, Zach Probst's going to stay out, I believe. Some more guys coming down. Ooh, that's
Griffin's
Kierfin.
really fast. He did the same thing Krueger did.
Kierfin, Durand coming down pit road. Some more back behind him. I believe that's the 50 of Scott Roush. He's coming down pit road. So a lot of differing strategies as the field kind of just sorts itself back out. Probst now going for the race lead on Gabe Cazola. I believe Story and Pacheco, seeing their 18, 21 laps down, they have pretty much all but retired from this race. But you see Probst looks kind of low. Looked like he was going to come to pit road. I believe he is this time. Yes, Probst is coming to pit road. Probst, Chicano, and Durand coming down pit road. I believe that leaves Gabe Cazola as the only one to stay out so far. Maybe Andrew Elias as well. I believe he has stayed out as well as Dalton Kelly in the 45.
I don't believe Michael Krueger did get a penalty for that pit entrance, but he did lose a lot of time to the guys he was racing ahead of him. They would see him just ahead of the 82 machine.
And as is cycling out so far, Lester and Bennett up to 8th and 9th. And you see Dalton Kelly and Andrew Elias finally pass the rest of the field. Probst, Chicano, Durand, McCurry, who stayed out as well. So Lester sitting in the 8th position. Looks like he might be able to leapfrog some of these guys. We'll look and see where they are. As you see, Lester's going to loop around here. He's going to take those positions, but with those tires, I mean, is it going to mean too much with how much fresher they're going to be? Looks like just about maybe 2 laps fresher. So will that mean much for the field here as we see the 82 coming through 1 and 2? We've got 4 trucks still yet to pit. Lester is flying up on the back bumper of Caleb McCurry now, who sits 4th. That 4 truck, the 47, both coming on fresh tires. So that might be your battle for the win between the 4 and the 47 as the laps wind down. 83 down, and we've got about, make it 17 to go.
And of course, the 47's the highest truck on the racetrack right now.
Yeah, everybody's still staying out. Caleb McCurry finally passed by Joseph Lester. I wonder if this 29 truck's getting ready to come in here soon, or if he's going to try to just will it out and fight through it. I wouldn't be shocked if these leaders are just going to stretch it out as far as they can, hope for a yellow, and see if they can make it work. But the 82 just kind of on cruise control right now. Kelly and Willias as well. They got a bit of distance between themselves and Joseph Lester, about a 4-second gap. And you see Bennett's got some company with Cameron Caldwell and Alexander Kierfin on his back bumper now.
Yeah, these 3 better be careful not to race each other and slow them down too much and let Lester run away.
Yeah, they've
And
got
obviously 3 trucks are going to be faster than 1 tonight, I think, Dawson.
Oh
Excuse
yeah,
me.
they got the strategy down. If they can just hold it together, keep working together, and they can catch the 4 of Joseph Lester, and then they can settle it amongst themselves. But obviously, all 3 taking vastly different lines. But you'll see when they come down the straightaway, they get kind of formed back up into a single file line. Caldwell trying to make the run to the inside. He'll slide back behind Brett Bennett. So they'll try to make the work. As you see, still side by side, Kierfin's trying to make a move as well. Bennett just hooking that outside lane, but you see they're catching up to that 4 truck of Joseph Lester. But our race leaders, Gabe Cazola, Dalton Kelly, Andrew Elias, yet to pit. I think they're just going to try to hold out for a caution here as long as they can. With just 15 laps to go, going to be 14 to go this next time by. We'll see what our race leaders do here. So Lester is catching up to Elias and Kelly. That's bringing Caldwell, Kierfin, and Bennett with him as well. Chicano not too far behind with David and Justin Durand and Zach Probst. And Krueger is caught back up with him as well, so Krueger's been able to have a nice recovery. But as you see here, Lester making quick work of Willias and Kelly jumping up to the 2nd position. Oh, Welias looks slow. Is Welias out of fuel? Looked slow off the corner. Either he was out or he's close to out and just saving the rest of it to get to pit road. But it looked like that 44 was just wicked slow there.
That's not the place you want to have a hiccup right in front of the race leaders. Obviously trying to run down leader, or who will be eventual leader, Joseph Lester. This pack of trucks right here could have been a huge moment for Wallace, but he stays out. Maybe he just got free off the corner and he had to lift out of it.
Yeah, you can see Lester in the picture now. He is right ahead of Caldwell and Kierfin. 19 seconds back of Gabe Gazzola and closing. This 82 truck trying to stretch it out as long as he can. Again, 30 laps since he last came down pit road. I don't believe he can make it to the end on fuel. So the field just continues to battle here. Coming to 11, I believe 12 laps to go this time by here. Gabe Gazzola holding a 17-second lead, and that gap is just closing ever so quickly. But Cameron Caldwell, Alexander Kierfin going to try to work to catch that forward Joseph Lester here, see if they can't make that last-ditch attempt to go for the race win.
These two working together have gapped the 47, and they are cutting that gap down to the 4 tremendously. So it's going to be a 3-horse race between these three, I believe. And I wouldn't doubt if the 12 and the 30 try to work each other and gap the 4 once they get to him, if they can get around him.
Bennett's going to have an unlikely ally. The 25 of Alonso Chicano is going to be coming up on him, as is David and Justin Duran and Zach Probst. So he's got a bit of a group together to work with them to try to catch back up to Lester, Caldwell, and Kierfin. But the time is running out here. Joseph Lester just a 14-second gap and closing on Gabe Gazzola. As the lap's winding down, now Lester's going to be under fire from Caldwell and Kierfin. Caldwell trying to the inside, trying to make it work. Right there side by side with the 4. Couldn't quite make the pass work. He's still there, not able to make it work. Trying back to the inside. Kierfin's going to shove the 12 here into turns 1 and 2. So Cameron Caldwell will take, ooh, he almost took out the 4. They're 3 wide for second. Of course, battling for second, but will be the lead when Gabe Gazzola eventually comes down pit road or runs out of fuel, whichever comes first. But he may get that caution he needed if these 3 here wreck while racing. Caldwell slides in front of Lester. Lester's going to try to move top. Coming back down to the bottom. Going to try to make the run on him if he can. Here comes Joseph Lester. Caldwell trying to move down and block it. Here comes the 4 truck yet again. Kierfin to the back bumper of the 12 as we go into turn 1.
I think Lester's going to have the advantage here in the corner. Caldwell's going to easily yield the position, but he's going to try and cross him over on the exit.
He'll get to the inside, and Brett Bennett's trying to pull back up with him. This may be what Bennett needs to keep with him and to get back up to him. He's only about, just under a second back from him, so he needs them all to start racing heavily to try to make that move to catch him. 7 seconds now, the gap between these 3 and the race leader, Gabe Gazzola. Just 9 laps to go. Make it 8 this time by.
Yeah, and they will catch the 82 before the race finishes, I believe. He has lost time tremendously. He's trying to probably save it on fuel, and no way he's going to make it. Kierfin to the back bumper of the 12, almost went to the inside. Now he's on the outside.
Oh, he got into the back of him. Caldwell's going to save it. Lester makes the move and trying to get by them all.
What a save. There was definitely contact there, if not net code, but wow.
And just like that, Lester out front of the 3 of them. Kierfin to second, and Caldwell now has to try to fight back. And Brett Bennett is really hoping they just take each other out here, as is Gabe Gazzola, because Bennett knows he can get back into it, and Gazzola knows he can try to make that stop and get fresher tires in the rest of the field. Here comes Kierfin to the inside of Lester. There's the 82. Or no, that's a lap early. That's the 40 truck. Brendan Havens ahead, excuse me.
Wow, there was a huge moment off of 4. Lester washed wide and almost put Alexander Kierfin in the wall. Kierfin did a great job getting out of that situation and taking the lead, or taking second position, racing for the win. Lester back to the outside, though, as they make it 3 wide past the lap truck. They're going to easily get by Havens.
Kierfin clear for a second. Is he going to try to pull up in front? He will. He can. He'll pull up. Lester going to try the inside, but here comes Caldwell instead. Kierfin going to pull on in front of Caldwell and get that draft. 6 laps to go at the line. And just ahead of them, the 82 of Gabe Cazzola. Look how much slower he is than these leaders. 3 seconds slower than these 3 here in second, third, and fourth. And he'll just have to give up the race lead. Wreck it in the back! Wreck in the back! Brett Bennett's in it! David Duran's in it! Hard the inside wall for the 24!
No caution because they spun it off the track into the flat. They're still racing up front.
No yellow. Lester, Kierfin battle, Caldwell into third. And the caution will fly!
Gabe Cazzola keeping up with these guys. He was racing. He was passing Cardwell into the entrance to turn 3, so the 82 yielded the positions, but he's back under power.
Let's see if we can go back and see what happened to Brett Bennett and David Duran. Looks like Duran slipped up in the corner. Just maybe a little bit of net code and maybe just a little bit of hard racing there and just takes out the 24 and the 47. And man, normally I like to joke. I like to make fun of Brett all the time, but man, oh man, that one's gotta hurt.
Such a great truck. Such a fast 47 machine. One of the best races we've seen him run in this series, if not the best, and it's going to end up on the record, unfortunately, Dawson.
Yep, he's going to need a fire truck to put out the fire underneath the hood and underneath the helmet there for that one. It's just a terrible way to end that one for him. But you'll see the field kind of split decisions, I believe. Caldwell late second, going to pull it down. I don't believe anybody's going to stay out here. Yeah, everybody's going to come down pit road and get some fresh tires. And the 3 people that benefit most from that caution, I believe, I'd say it's the 82 of Gabe Cazzola, the 44 of Andrew Elias, and the 45 of Dalton Kelly. Actually, that's not true. 2 trucks stayed out, it looks like. The 62 of Zach Probst and the 50 of Scott Roush staying out here. So you got 2 trucks that didn't come down pit road.
I believe this is going to be a green-white checker finish.
Believe Chicano missing his pit stall there. Looks like Kierfin's going to win the race off pit road. Then Lester, Caldwell. I believe that's Duran. That's Justin Duran. And Josh Coppernell, yeah, off 7th place. Krueger 8th, Elias 9th, and Chicano 10th. And Cazzola dropping to 11th. But the story here, Zach Probst electing to stay out here, as is Scott Roush. Interesting call here since they last pit about 15 laps ago each. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, last time we saw the 50, of course, stayed out. He led a lap, cycled back to the back after pitting the second time by, but stayed out. He didn't lead a lap this time, so I'm wondering if this is his end-game plan for the green-white checker restart here to complete this race.
I don't see you pulling down pit road here with
No,
a
and
lead
he's
that's 2 to green here.
no, absolutely not, and they go right by it. So he's gonna either line up on the front row or be in 3rd place for this restart. Taking the
Probst,
top.
yeah, Roush going outside. Lester and Caldwell to the outside as well. Split decisions. And there's Dalton Kelly coming to the outside. This is going to get fun. 2 laps under green. It looks like this will be the regulation finish, not a overtime yet. So this is not one of the overtime attempts. This is just a straight up, green-white checkered for the race distance. So we'll see what happens here. We have a chance for, I believe, 4 of these. I believe we have 3 green-white checkered attempts here normally. So let's see what's going to happen here. Zach Probst, Scott Roush, the front row stayed out. Alexander Kierfin, Joseph Lester. Then it's Justin Duran, Cameron Caldwell, Michael Krueger, and Josh Coppernell. Alonzo Chicano, Gabe Cazzola. Then it's Andrew Elias, Dalton Kelly, Brandon Havens, who's back on the lead lap, and Caleb McCurry in 14th. And then after that, David Duran is a lap down and the last truck running in 15th. So Josh has got an easy strut here to see if he can make it to the end. He just can't have any incidents.
Well, that's going to be hard to do because I expect this to be full throttle, all out racing. If we don't get a crash on these last 2 laps, I would be shocked. We have seen crazy racing on these short runs all night, and it's a green light check of finish. Bring it home, Dawson. 2 to go.
We're going to have some wheel spin here. Probst, Roush on older tires. To the green. Restart goes. The 50 doesn't go. The 62 launches. The inside line kind of checks up back in the back. Kierfin and Lester going to send it around 3 wide. The 50 of Scott Roush.
Lester with a really poor restart getting held up by the 50. He's going to send it to the wall trying to get around Roush. Zach Probst is clear and gone for the moment, though. He's got a lot of slipstream coming out of that downforce
Here
truck,
comes
though.
Kierfin. Trying to make the move.
Big
Probst
block.
trying to block. Probst is blocking hard, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, wrecking in the back. Lester's in it.
Scott Roush.
Lester, Roush. Another truck sliding, it looked like. Alonso Chicano, the 25.
Engine blown in the 25 machine. Wow.
And that means another restart, the 4 truck and the 50. Oh. Oh, and the 4 hits the 50, trying to get it going. But I don't think the 4 truck is going to get it going straight here. So we'll try to see if we can go back here and see. This is off of turn 2. You see they kind of get stacked up. I believe it's right here. Lester and Roush battling, dooring, and some damage to the 26 as well. And Chicano just nowhere to go. And the 50
They got into
truck.
it a lot, though. Scott Roush and Joseph Lester. They would look like they were banging doors the entire back straightaway, and they were the ones who, Scott's the one who stacked up the outside for Joseph there, of course, on the restart. So.
And then as Lester's trying to get it rolling, he just ends up rolling right down.
That looked like they both kind of just caused that one. Scott was driving right into him, and Lester was driving right back down towards him.
We're going to see if we can get a look a little too far there on that restart there for the 26. This is Josh Coppernell. Just see him get that launch there in the corner. He's trying to make it work. You see everybody just fighting for positions around him, doing everything they can. Yeah, they were 4 wide there for a second. You see right there. You see the side-by-side up top just as he's driving by. And, he thinks he's clear of the storm. He's got those guys outside battling. Then all of a sudden, bam.
He did a great job keeping that truck pointing in the right direction, though, with that big hit right in the right side door.
Yeah, pretty good shot to that 26 truck, but able to keep it straight and going. Currently scored in the 6th position, but with damage. So, we're going to have ourselves an overtime finish.
What we're going to see again is a lot of big moves. We're going to see Zach Probst, if he's able to get clear on that this restart, do what he did last time, and make a lot of big blocks on whoever is right behind him. Because when you're in the lead, you're a sitting duck, especially at a track like Michigan, with these heavy trucks with a lot of downforce.
Well, we're going to bring in somebody. We're going to bring in him from the Infield Care Center. It is the 47 of Brett Bennett. A tough way to go out there for that 47 machine. Brett, how are you feeling after that wreck?
Frustrated. Got nearly turned early in the race by one radius truck, and then another one finished the job. But it happens, I guess. I thought that top had really been working for me all race on that last run, and I thought I could run down Lester up top, and then again, it turns out it just doesn't run very well when you're single file like we were, and that ended up costing me. If I had been running the bottom, I think I would have had a chance to be me and Lester. I think it might have just been me and Lester ahead, but if we had just drafted together, I think we could have broken away. But oh well, it happens.
Yep, an aggressive battle, but a great run there you had going till the end. So we'll let you go here. A strong performance that wound up in the Infield Care Center for Brett Bennett.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks, much.
Not going to let him thank his sponsors because his sponsors are paying me to make those trucks. So we'll get back up here. Probst takes the outside lane as the control car. Kierfin to the inside. Then it's the 20 of Justin Duran, the 12 of Cameron Caldwell, and then the JCTV duo of Michael Krueger and Josh Coppernell back there, 5th and 6th. Josh going to stay out with that hit. I don't think he suffered enough damage to really matter, but it looks like right now only 11 trucks running on the lead lap. So, well,
I think we're in for another crazy restart here, Dawson, so should be exciting. Of
yeah,
course, like always.
I think Zach is going to try everything he can, older tires, to see if he can't make it stick and make it work to beat the rest of the field. But he's going to have a hard time doing it with everybody on fresher tires here. Let's see what they can do.
Absolutely, he did a great job in the restart zone last time, but that's about all it lasted. Once they got onto the back straightaway, like I said, Sin Duck, he did great blocks, but could have ended yourself up in the fence doing that.
Well, we'll see what happens. Pace truck getting ready to pull off. You see Kierfin trying to roll up right next to that 62 to be ready for when he launches. And a big early launch by the 62. Green flag flies. What a launch by Probst, but he's going to be gunned down pretty quickly by Caldwell and Kierfin. Coming down 2 laps to go, overtime here at Michigan.
He would really spread out this restart compared to any of the ones we've seen all night, probably because of course, the attrition in that last crash, but they are single file in the back straightaway. Huge one for Kierfin to the
Probst
back
is
bumper of the
still
62.
blocking aggressively, but Kierfin's going to make the move to the inside. This is the move he tried to make last time, but he couldn't make it work because the caution came out. He's trying to push it here on the inside. He's going to try to self-clear. Not fully clear. Probst gets out of it. Coming to the white flag. Caldwell pushing Probst. Durant pushing Kierfin. One more lap. It's official here at Michigan.
Justin Durant almost went through the middle. He had to push the 30th when he came up the track. They're going to be side by side into turn 1. Probst is going to lose the advantage. Kierfin's going to be clear down the back.
Here comes Durant. He's going to try to peek to the inside. Probst gets into Kierfin. Still side by side. Durant pushing Kierfin to the race lead. Durant shoving. Probst gets into Durant. Probst and Durant slip up the track. Probst gets set up. Krueger sending it into Caldwell. Fighting, coming to the finish, but it's going to be Alexander Kierfin who's going to win it here at Michigan. And
wow,
then
what a... wow.
you pick who finished where after that. It looks like Justin Durant comes home second. Michael Krueger gets third. Caldwell fourth. Dalton Kelly fifth. Gabe Cazola sixth. Zach Probst is in seventh. Andrew Elias brings it home eighth. Josh Coppernell ninth. And Caleb McCurry rounds at the top 10. Why couldn't somebody just dump Josh and put him into the wall at the end of that race? So he'll win the bet. Looks like he'll have that choice of kicking me from a race here later on, either this season or next season. So we'll have to see if I can't put that bet on hold for him. But I was definitely cooking up a good one. I was going to see. I think Adam would appreciate this one. We were going to see if Josh could not finish top 10. I wanted him to do a stream of a race drunk. That's what I would have tried to get Coppernell to do here. But alas, a ninth place finish. He gets it done. So it looks like he'll boot me back up to the booth one of these races here as time goes on.
Well, that would have been fun to see, but I think this ninth place interview might be a little bit, PG and a little bit, controllable. So that might be the best choice for right now, at least. But how about this guy doing donuts? Crazy was overtime finish for him.
Yep, and he gets it done and he gets the win. So let's see if we can get a hold of our third place finisher here first. We're going to get that 42 of Michael Krueger first from Piston Broke Racing. Hey, Michael, this is Dawson up in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I got you, Dawson.
Alrighty, a crazy, exciting finish going into overtime there, and you were able to make that last lap move stick and got to third. What was that race like from the driver's seat?
Chaotic. That's the one word I could really put to describe it. Chaotic. The starts were absolutely insane, like a super speedway race. It was absolutely fun to race in this though. It was pretty fun. Long runs, I mean, it was just like a regular race, but like short to mid runs, it was absolutely insanity. Like I thought we were gonna wreck. We should have wrecked so many more times than we did, but somehow we didn't. It was absolutely chaotic of a race there. Absolutely chaotic.
Yep, and an impressive move there to get up to that third spot. A lot of the moves you saw made, it was a matter of a guy, sending in an aggressive slider, had to send it in deep into the corners. And we saw it working, as the race was going on. Early in the runs, Gabe Cazola, the 82, was able to make those moves on the inside without any drafting help. Do you think that was what may have helped you get that third spot?
I think that slider really did help. I mean, going to the 3 and 4, I tried to get as big of an arc I could, really. So I don't know how I didn't run or door Cam, who was outside of me, but I tried to get as much arc as possible going to the final quarter to carry as much momentum. I mean, you could say I did learn a little bit from Gabe there, um, off of the move he did earlier, but I mean, that was just chaos. I mean, I really did not think I would get a third out of here. Like, I mean, I thought like if we just went green, I'd get like a 10th, but with just the cautions that flew late, I mean, I just pulled that third place out of nowhere. I really just did not expect getting the top 3 here at Michigan. A huge rebound after a lackluster performance I had last week at Homestead. Really nice to rebound and get a third place here at Michigan when I was just after that bad finish. Just great to get it, and hope to keep carrying that momentum and just keep it going forward.
Alrighty, any sponsors, any teammates, anybody you want to shout out here?
Well, first and foremost, I gotta give a big shout out to JCTV for sponsoring me for this race, and boss man Josh Coppernell for sponsoring me and racing with him. It was really fun getting to race with the car owner. It was really fun just racing with them, and I gotta thank my teammates too. Joseph, he was up front late. It was unfortunate they got taken out, but it was fun racing with him. Same goes for Austin Story. Fun with racing with him too. Also want to thank Alonso and Cam for just running this league and being the admins, and I'd likely like to thank you and Dawson for or you.
Raced Lester also, but man, when we all got on the fresh tires on the final restart, I knew that I had to be hugging the apron line as close as I could because those trucks were going to be very gripped up for that final restart, and I was really glad I was able to hold them off.
Yeah, obviously a top 5 truck all night tonight, but you weren't really contesting for the lead and the win until that last green-white checker. How was it out there on the racetrack tonight throughout the entire race?
I felt very comfortable. I found a nice offset and ratio that really suited me, and uh, towards the middle of the race, that was all part of my strategy. I was falling back, just trying to save my tires, but ended up not really mattering because we got that caution when I started to make my way back up through the field. But everything worked out at the end. Was able to put my truck in a good position at the end, and really glad I could take the win at my home track.
Absolutely, congrats on that. And is there anyone you like to shout out for great performance tonight?
Oh yeah, I always like to thank my teammates over at Radius and Vortex. They're awesome guys. Thanks to Cameron and Alonzo for running this league. Cameron for allowing me to race on Radius with him. Like to thank all of the sponsors, Grid, C2 Graphics, Kerfans Market, and yeah, a great broadcast, guys.
All right, Dawson, that's the race winner, the 30 truck, Alex Griffin tonight.
Thank you. Have a good one.
And with that, leaves Mr. Josh Coppernell. Man, oh man. Josh, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Ninth place. You got ninth place. You got a bit of a bailout there, but you need a little bit of luck to get those finishes, and that's just what happened. So, how was that run for you there? Those last couple laps.
Oh man, it like I said earlier, it was just it was chaos. My arm hurts really bad right now. Just turning, uh, this track it's wild. These trucks are wild. These drivers are wild. It was that was fun. Can't believe I pulled off top 10 there. I'm not actually sure what happened. Where I got that damage. I know we were 3 wide, and then something happened between Scott and Joseph, and Scott came down on me. I'm not 100% sure what unfolded by that, but yeah, it was fun. JCTV truck was a lot faster than the driver was tonight. That's for sure. We were just really taking it easy.
All right, so you win the bet. That sucks. Um, so what race are you thinking to have me take over in the booth yet again for as you go out and go make another run?
Well, I definitely wouldn't do a playoff race, and I would eliminate Talladega as well. You wanted IRP to race so bad. I wouldn't take that, and you don't want me on a road course. So that leaves one other race, and that's next week at Nashville Fairground.
Alrighty,
But
well, back to back for you, Josh. Are you gonna be able to handle this?
I honestly I don't know. You might not want me on the track for Nashville.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fun regardless. I gotta know what was your side though. What was your outcome if I
So
uh,
if somehow you were not able to finish it in the top 10, I was gonna see if I can get you to do a drunk broadcast where you would be drunk and broadcasting the race. That was what my bet was gonna be for you, but obviously, poof up in the air. You wound up finishing ninth, and you took that joy away from me and everybody else.
Oh, thank God I didn't have to finish 11th or worse then. But yeah, that was real fun.
So alrighty then. Well, Adam, final thoughts on this race?
Well, it was very exciting, of course. Very competitive. Great to see. Very exciting battle there at the end with the green-white checkers. Unfortunately, it came down to crashes, but very great to see Josh out there on track, of course, and great to be up here with you in the booth tonight, Dawson.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, Adam. Always fun to have you all let me come up here and broadcast these races here on JCTV. I, I would have loved to be out there and racing, but circumstances had it to where I couldn't wind up racing anyways. So I'm happy to have come up here and taken the mantle as the broadcaster. And an exciting race, really fun race. There wasn't a dull moment, and just a lot of fun from up here. So kind of glad I wasn't down there racing. But final here from Michigan, Alexander Kierfin scoops up the victory. And that makes it, I believe, 2 wins on the season for him as well. So, congratulations once again to the 30 truck of Alexander Kierfin, your winner here tonight at Michigan. So, signing off from the JCTV booth, this is Dawson